Hello and welcome back to Combat Sports UK. I am Patrick Macari and I am joined by one championship fighter, Daniel Williams. How you doing, my friend?
Hey Patrick, good man. Just at the airport, about to board to Thailand. So yeah, chilling out and yeah, feeling good, ready to rock and roll.
Well, happy fight week. How's it feel back on another fight week? You're a veteran, so how's it feel getting ready to fly to Thailand?
Feels really good this time. Hey, I just felt like yeah, just a little bit less pressure I put on myself about the whole training camp and this fight. It's like the last fight when I just reflected on everything. It's like man, I was living like the whole fight camp. I had like this calendar and I had every 2 hours I had something scheduled and it was just like a bit of an overtrain, overkill. So kind of just reflected on the last fight and then doing a little bit different this camp and just enjoying the whole process, man, and staying pretty present with it all. So feeling pretty good.
Good. And you mentioned reflecting on the last fight. What lessons did you take away from that loss?
I think the biggest thing is like just be a little bit more present and just understand that you love this and you like I go to training, I enjoy it, I have little goals, obviously train hard, but like instead of just thinking about this win, I need a win, I need to get this fight. And that's all that was in my mind. So it's just like going to training was almost like a chore. Whereas this time it's just bringing it back to you love this no matter what. So it's just, yeah, remembering why I do this and I absolutely love it.
So, do you pride yourself on being a guy that takes on the toughest challenges? I mean, you fought the best guys in one championship. Is that something you pride yourself on? Looking at your career, you're like, hey, I've tested myself in a fight of the year against Rod Tang and all these other fights that you've had.
Yeah, of course, man. I want to fight the best and I do back myself and like I just yeah, love taking on the big names and love to see where I'm at as a human being, being a martial artist. So yeah, I just love fighting the best out there, and it's a bit of a spin out sometimes. That's why I like reflecting on the last fight. Like, hang on, man, you just got to remember you are at the top level and you are taking on the best. So just keep on going and just keep on improving your skill.
And look at the mental side of the game, taking a couple losses in a row. How do you build yourself back up mentally, like, to get yourself to training, get yourself to the fight?
Yeah, like I said before, man, just concentrating on being a bit more present with the training and like the big thing is upskilling. So just make sure that I'm actually setting myself little goals and seeing improvements rather than thinking of that fight needing to win so much that you just kind of forget like, yeah, you're not why are you thinking about that too much when you still got all those weeks to get better and set those little goals and know that you're getting better rather than just thinking of need to win, need to win, need to win. And yeah, just overkill with that. And just yeah, like I said, remember that I absolutely loved it.
And a little birdie told me you've picked up a new hobby in beekeeping. How do you find that, and what does it provide for you?
Yeah, I beekeeping's been good solid 5 years now. I've been doing it, but sort of picked it up a little bit more because I got a good bee mentor, and he was an ex-boxer, like he was like a Commonwealth boxer for Australia. So we connect with my business, the place that I work in. His bee shop's like around the corner, so I just kind of picked it up a little bit lately and added another hive, and just always been fascinated by the species. And as a kid, I loved all my different types of honey. And we live in a place, Western Australia, where the honey is just we're the last place in the world doesn't have the varroa mite, which is affecting a lot of bees in the world. It's like a disease. So our honey is like very strong and there's lots of it. So it's just yeah, just always been fascinated by honey, how it tastes, and something I use for my own performance. And I think it's a good clean carbohydrate to have. And I put it in lots of things like my sports drinks before training. And yeah, just it's just a learning curve, another learning curve, and something I'll just leads to other areas of ecosystems like our trees in Australia and just like how our plants grow. And it's just kind of opened up this huge tunnel of things. But really hasn't been like a main focus of mine because I love my martial arts, but it kind of goes hand in hand because it does help me relax and take away from the hustle and bustle sometimes of training.
The bee stings help you condition your skin a little bit more as well.
I'd like to think so. I hope so. They say that beekeepers are the longest living people, have a very long life expectancy because the little stings can be healthy for you. Obviously, not with some people, and some certain people, like you have a gene where the more you get stung, the more you can become anaphylactic to the point where if you get stung by a bee, you need to have an EpiPen to survive and not get killed by a bee sting. But yeah, there's lots of cool things with bees, like with beekeeping and the humming. It can just prolong your life and gives you longevity. So I do like, I do believe in that, and I feel like if I do get stung, it's okay. It's only going to make me stronger. But yeah, damn man, I always get stung, and it's a hard one to deal with sometimes.
What's the main thing you use? Do you like just run it under cold water? Or how do you neutralize the pain from a bee sting?
Um, just kind of do it like, yeah, you just pick it out. You try not to snap the, you want to get the actual sting out so it doesn't keep making your hand swollen and or wherever you get stung. And you just kind of just, yeah, I don't really do anything different. Just leave it, man. I don't even put it underwater or anything. Just kind of, it's a short sort of pain. The only problem is when it's on your face. You obviously don't want to get it in your mouth because it can swell up and you can't breathe and stuff. But on the lips, the funny one because it swells up and then you just look like an absolute clown for the whole day.
Sorry, my work has motion detecting lights, so that's
That's cool.
I keep going now. You can
Surprise.
just see the little light on my microphone. All right, let's get back to your training camp. Where have you been training for those that don't know, and who have your main training partners been?
So I've been training in Perth, Western Australia at a gym, my gym Scrappy MMA, which is right next door to my house. And I first went there in 2012. And then kind of when I was competing Muay Thai regularly, I was kind of dabbling in the MMA. And yeah, and then obviously made it a full-time thing when I did stop Muay Thai. And my training partners are just, yeah, at the moment, we just got a solid team, probably about 12, 14 guys that come every morning. And yeah, a lot of them are top level guys in Australia fighting on promotions here, the champions, especially around my weight class. And then we get a few other guys come into our gym a few days a week. Some guys like from the UFC, my Jack Della Madalena's partner of ours, and then we also have another guy, a flyweight guy, Steve Ursig from another gym. That's
Mm.
we got to train with him a little bit. So just yeah, training with some high level guys, and yeah, it's always hard going to training.
And are you a guy that likes to watch a lot of film in your camp?
Not, I do watch film, but it would be a daily thing. Wouldn't be a daily thing, but I do like. I've had fights where I've just been obsessed with it, and then I feel like I go into my opponent's game too much. So at the moment, it's just been kind of like focus on yourself as well. So I'll watch a lot of my film as well, just see where I can improve. And if I was to fight me, what would I do? How would I win? Or how would I beat myself? So I do a lot of that. And then, yeah, just a bit of my opponent as well, but not like an everyday thing, just maybe once a week or, yeah, just a session I might sit with my coach, right, let's watch it and let's work on a few things.
And is there anything you've seen in your little bit of film watching that's like, hey, I have to look out for that coming my way in the fight?
Yeah, yeah, definitely, man. Like a defense, it's always been a thing. Oh, that's been a thing on my mind lately. Just had that Miato loss in 2022, and I'm like, man, I just like my defense and just like going in there, not really changing game plan. So yeah, kind of adding that a bit more into my training and just being a bit more aware of my own defense instead of just using my head all the time. So yeah, that's been, I guess, something that I've been watching. Like, I could defend a little bit better there, or I could maybe just like back off and not let the opponent get momentum if I have been hit. Just like, take a few seconds, reset, and then come back rather than just throwing myself in there all the time.
And I know a lot of fighters don't like to make predictions, but how do you predict this fight to kind of go? And do you have a prediction of how it ends?
I, man, in my mentality going in this, like I just do whatever it takes to get the win. And as my own like reflecting on myself, like just yeah, man, just work my strengths and then whatever it takes, man. I always fight for the finish. I think that's my job being at one championship. They pride themselves in that. And I do like taking risks as well because I like to be an exciting fighter, but just mainly because myself, I just love that type of fight. And I've always been that type of fighter, like take the risk, go hard and try and get the stoppage because yeah, don't wanna leave it to the judges and you just want to solidify that win. And that's how I train and that's how I go into every fight.
And we're in the second month of 2024. I wonder, do you have any goals or kind of maybe New Year's resolutions for your career and in your personal life?
Yeah, I want to, take each fight as it comes. But if I look at a year, I'd love to have at least two MMA scraps. I'd love to have a Muay Thai scrap as well. Haven't had the Muay Thai scrap in my weight class. I think that'd be pretty cool to sort of finish off doing all the sports. Yeah, in my weight class, and also at Lumpini would be cool to have a Muay Thai fight. Just something that would blow my mind as a kid. I never thought I'd get there. It's a different level, and just to have that would be a bit of a dream come true.
That'd be awesome, man. And this next part, it kind of, I would say it's not really to close out, but this one thing I like to do is a little bit of quick fire, talking about the personal life and kind of more a bit about you. Just kind of silly questions. So first of all, what's your favorite movie, my friend?
Oh shit, favorite movie. I did love Talladega Nights. It's just a funny comedy. Will Ferrell and I can't remember his name. Step Brothers dudes. But yeah, I did love Talladega Nights, but I know there's a few more. I just can't think of it off the top of my head. Yeah, I'll just go with Talladega Nights comedy.
Sounds good. What's your favorite TV show?
Oh man, I was a massive South Park fan growing up. My dad loved it, and I got to watch it as a young kid, and then just yeah, just love South Park, man.
South Park's a classic. If I was in my home studio, I'd show you. I have a PC principal thing in the background.
Oh really?
Yeah, I should have brought it to work and just sat it on the counter back there. That would have been funny.
Dude,
Um,
that would have been.
do you have a favorite song
Uh,
or music artist?
oh, my music genres vary a lot. Like I like all types of music. Like man, I love like funny like my two main music I've been listening to lately is like the psy trance, a bit of rave music, but the psychedelic trance, the subgenres that go in there, like the dark psy, and then I love my ambient as well. So like a bit of post rock ambient group called Hammock, and yeah, I just reggae. Bob Marley, he was yeah been in my life pretty much since I was born. Same thing, my parents loved him, and yeah, I'm just still trying to think of an artist that yeah, that's pretty much it.
Lights out again. You mentioned Bob Marley. He's got a movie coming out. Are you gonna go see that?
Yeah, yeah, definitely, man. That'll be something I probably watch when I get home.
Yeah, I'm very excited for that one. Do you have a
Yeah,
favorite boxer or Muay Thai, any kind of fighter? Do you have a favorite fighter of all time?
if I had to choose a favorite fight of all time, it'd have to be a boxer called Costa Zoo. Just
Okay.
because man, like, it's funny, like, ever since I think I was 11 years old, I was at the airport going to Thailand and for a family holiday, and I bought my first book at the airport, and it was a Costa Zoo book, and it was probably the first autobiography I've read like as a first full book I read, and I was very inspired by that. Obviously, wanted to be a fighter myself, so I love that book. Read it a couple of times, and now every time I go to the airport, it's tradition of mine. I always buy a new book. So this time I got like a surfer autobiography, a dude called Owen Wright, an Aussie that's world champion surfer. So yeah, ever since that day, and then Costa Zoo's just like I guess like my first sort of idol as a martial
Mm.
artist when I was about 11 years old.
So you're a big autobiography guy then, right?
Yes, yes,
I'm the
yes.
same way. I don't really read normal books. I get bored by fiction books, so I'm an autobiography
I'm
guy.
exactly the same.
I've
Awesome.
been reading
Yeah.
Matthew McConaughey's one recently,
Right. Is that
and then
good?
I bought. It is really good so far, and then I bought recently Alan Rickman's one, and I thought it was really interesting looking at all his diary entries up from like the last 25 years before he passed away, and it's
Oh
just like a
wow.
I'll send you on Instagram. I bought it recently, and it's
Yeah,
really I'm excited to read it. I just have to finish the Matthew McConaughey one, but I was very excited by the idea of that.
dude. Yeah, I'm keen on that, especially with the diary entries. That'd be pretty raw.
I'll send you that one.
Cheers.
Do you have a favorite fight of all time?
My favorite fight. I got a few, but obviously, yeah, I do love the Rod Tang fight. Just because, yeah, it's a bit of a backstory with the whole COVID dilemma and short notice, and yeah, just being a full underdog. Like, yeah, I think that has to be a memorable fight of all time for me.
Sounds good to me. Have you ever had any funny interactions with a fan or another fighter?
Um, Funny interaction. Um, Not really. If I had just one fight, I remember a dude I fought. It was funny. He was like a half Thai dude in Australia, and we were talking before the weigh-in, and we had so much in common. And I'm like, man, are we like best friends? Like, we're just about to punch on with each other tomorrow. It was kind of funny. So, but yeah, not other than that, I don't really think off the top of my head.
I don't know if you're a big video game guy, but do you have a favorite video game?
Oh, nah, I'm not a big video game guy. I love Tekken though, PS2. When me and my brother got that for Christmas, and I was just obsessed with that. And I also like NHL, that hockey game that we got as well. That was
Mm-hmm.
pretty cool.
Well, you can just start fights with each other. That's always fun.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
You know, I would always download the demo for. I wouldn't buy the game, but I download the demo and play it. It was
Yeah.
always fun to just get in fights. I didn't know any of the buttons, but I somehow knew always to activate a fight, so it worked in my favor.
Oh, it's classic.
And final question: what's your dream vacation spot, man?
Dream vacation spot. Oh man, yeah. Like ones that I've been to or one that I haven't been to yet.
One that you haven't been to.
Yeah, I would like to check out Bhutan. It's yeah, Bhutan. That'll be pretty
They've got a
interesting.
sweet
Just
flag, don't they? They've got a really cool flag, don't they?
yeah, and I think it's like 150 US per day just for the visa, man. It's like hard to sort of
Wow,
go there. But I remember just doing a little project on them in primary school, and it's kind of been in my mind ever since.
I love it, man. Well, I'm wishing you the best of luck coming up on your fight on Friday, and have a great day. I know you've got a couple more interviews today, so take care, my friend.